Welcome to Imran's Star Video, or as we call it, ISVi, the collaborative lens on Vancouver. Unfiltered, unscripted, and powered by community. We're not just a voice behind the mic. We're a collective of creators, thinkers, storytellers, and city lovers coming together to spotlight the people, places, and energy that make Vancouver what it is. From coast mountain skylines to neon-lit backstreets, we're covering everything from downtown buzz to the untold stories shaping our scene. You'll find us exclusively on YouTube, no algorithms, no filters, just real talk. For behind the scenes, updates, and chaotic brilliance in real time, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and help us grow. From 100 to 10,000 and beyond. Because this isn't just our platform. It's yours too. Turn it up. Get into it. Let's talk Vancouver. This is ISVi. Vancouver's winters aren't the kind that make headlines or break thermometers, but they're the kind that slowly soak into your bones and settle into your psyche, where the cold is more emotional than physical and the rain isn't dramatic. It's just constant, persistent, and quietly oppressive in a way that makes you forget what sunlight feels like after a while, like a soft tap on your shoulder that never stops. And if you're new to this city, this kind of weather can feel like a slow unraveling. The skies are perpetually gray, the streets glisten with moisture that never seems to dry, and there's a particular mood that hangs in the air from November through March, a kind of sleepy resignation, a collective shrug that everyone participates in as they shuffle through puddles, in weatherproof jackets and beanies pulled low, dodging rivers, running down sidewalks, and the occasional splash from a passing car. And yet somehow, life goes on exactly as it should. No snow days, no dramatic closures, just wetness, endless wetness, and the slow realization that in Vancouver, the rain is not a disruption, it's a lifestyle. And if you want to survive it, even enjoy it, you need to rewire the way you think about weather. You stop asking when the rain will stop and start asking how to live better inside it. You learn that owning an umbrella is basically a declaration of outsider status because locals don't bother. They invest in good waterproof shells, sturdy boots, and develop a sixth sense for dodging drips from awnings. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, you begin to adapt. You wake up and don't check the forecast because you already know. And instead of mourning the sun, you find comfort in the routine, the coziness, the ritual of it all. You get into tea, or you finally light those candles you've had forever. You find your favorite corner of a coffee shop and make it your second home. And maybe you buy a sun lamp or start taking vitamin D religiously. Maybe you rearrange your furniture so your desk catches whatever pale daylight slips through the clouds, and somehow it starts to feel less like survival and more like something else, like slowing down, like reflection, like life asking you to look inward for a little while. And if you're lucky or just willing, you might even come to enjoy it, the rhythm of the rain, the hush of the city under thick clouds, the way headlights smear across wet pavement like paintings, the low fog rolling off the mountains like a secret, and you begin to see why people stay, why they tolerate it, why they even love it, because the rain makes things quieter, softer, more introspective. It makes the moments of brightness, a break in the clouds, a golden hour that appears out of nowhere, all the more vivid, like a reward you didn't expect. And you realize that living in Vancouver through the winter isn't about resisting the season, it's about yielding to it, letting it slow you down without shutting you down, letting it strip away the pressure to always be out, be seen, be productive, and instead turning inward, building a richer inner world, rediscovering things like books and board games and cooking slow meals from scratch, maybe finally starting that journal or taking long walks just for the sake of moving, And on those walks, you notice things. How green everything stays even in winter, how the trees drip like they're weeping, how the ocean looks more powerful under gray skies. And somewhere in all that soaking wet solitude, you find a kind of peace, not flashy or exciting, but grounded, quiet, and undeniably real and sure. There are moments when it gets to you, when you feel like you'd give anything for a clear sky or a dry day or just one golden sunset. But then spring comes like a whisper and the cherry blossoms explode across the city like confetti, and you realize you've made it. You endured something. You grew something. Even if it was just a little more resilience, a little more appreciation for the slow seasons. And suddenly, the rain doesn't feel like an enemy. It feels like part of the city's soul and maybe part of yours too. And just like that, the city's pulse slows. But the story doesn't stop. You've been watching ISVi Imran Star video where voices come together and the city speaks back. We're a crew, not a single face. A movement, not a moment. And every episode, that's built with you, for you, by all of us. From the seawall to the skyline, from underground voices to rooftop vibes, we're telling the stories that don't make the news, but make the neighborhood. If this episode hit, pass it on. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Drop a comment and tell us what your Vancouver sounds like. We're building this together, clip by clip, story by story, from 100 to 10K to wherever this takes us. War. We get there, we all show up. So until the next drop, stay loud, stay collective, and stay in it. This is ISVi, signing off. And just like that, the city's pulse slows, but the story doesn't stop. You've been watching ISVi, Imran Star video, where voices come together and the city speaks back. We're a crew, not a single face, a movement, not a moment, and every episode that's built with you, for you, by all of us. From the seawall to the skyline, from underground voices to rooftop vibes, we're telling the stories that don't make the news, but make the neighborhood. If this episode hit, pass it on. Subscribe on YouTube, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Drop a comment and tell us what your Vancouver sounds like. We're building this together, clip by clip, story by story, from 100 to 10K to wherever this takes us. When we get there, we still Brian Morris. Rachel, where we all. So until the next drop, stay loud, stay collective, and stay in it. This is ISVi, signing off.